100 years ago, sports were not played under bright stadium lights or broadcast to millions of screens. They lived in dusty fields, open streets, village grounds, and simple wooden arenas. Sports were not about fame or sponsorships. They were about pride, strength, and community. In the early 1920s, children woke up before sunrise, not to check scores on phones, but to run barefoot across soft earth. A ball made of cloth or leather. Scraps was enough to start. A game that could last all day. There were no referees in uniforms. Fairness was protected by honor, and rules were passed from older players to younger ones through memory, not books. Football was one of the most loved sports of the time. In towns and villages, goalposts were marked by stones or shoes. The ground was uneven, the ball heavy and injuries common, yet players never stopped. Winning was important, but playing itself was the real joy. Every kick echoed with laughter. Every goal brought cheers from people watching from rooftops and fences. Cricket was more than a sport. It was a tradition. Matches were slow, patient, and deeply respected. Players wore simple white clothes, sometimes stitched at home. Bats were heavy, balls were hard, and protective gear was rare. A single match could last the entire day, watched by families sitting under trees. Every run was celebrated, every wicket honored with applause rather than noise. Wrestling was a test of raw human power. In open mud arenas, young men trained for years under strict discipline. Their bodies were shaped by hard work, natural diets, and daily practice. Wrestling matches were silent at first, filled with tension, then erupted in cheers when strength defeated strength. Victory was not about humiliation. It was about respect. Boxing in those days was fierce and unforgiving. Fighters trained without modern gyms or equipment. Their fists were wrapped in cloth, and their courage was their greatest weapon. Matches were held in small halls or open spaces, where spectators stood close enough to feel every punch. A boxer's name was remembered not for titles, but for bravery. Athletics showed the beauty of human movement. Running, jumping, and throwing were simple yet powerful displays of ability. There were no synthetic tracks or digital timers. Time was measured by eyes and experience. Winning meant proving endurance, not breaking records. Traditional sports were the heart of local culture. In different regions, people played games passed down for generations. These sports were deeply connected to identity and pride. Festivals often ended with competitions where entire villages gathered. The strongest, fastest, or most skilled players became local heroes. There were no medals made of gold, but respect was priceless. A good player earned stories told by elders and remembered by children. Sports taught discipline, teamwork, and humility. Losing was accepted with grace, winning with silence and honor.